Hi there. Today we are going on a road trip. It's just a short road trip this time. If you're new to our channel, I'm Holly. This is Andrea. And today's road trip's going to be a little bit of a mishmash. First stop that we're going to be doing is in Frankenmuth, but we are crossing this time at the Sarnia border. So come join us.
Police reported ahead.
Ooh. So for anyone who drives down to Windsor, it can be quite a non-eventful or kind of what we just said is a boring drive. This one we're just considering is probably a boring drive as well. And apparently I'm very boring.
No, you're not boring.
Just told me I was boring.
I said this is a boring drive.
No, then you said you're boring.
If I was going back to a previous video.
I am boring, but that's none of your business, so. So as we're getting closer to the border, we had a sign on the side of the road that said that there's a 30-minute delay there. It is a long weekend, and part of our road trip is going to involve stopping at Frankenmuth. We'll see some sights there, have some food to eat. We're also going to head up to Mackinac Island and check that out and stay up there. And I guess that's pretty much it. Goodness, film here. Oh, something interesting, not new. That was it.
Not you. It was a fly. The fly was more interesting than you.
Well, that's getting back for the boring comment that you gave me before.
Oh look, a rock.
A weed.
Here already.
For fast cars.
No, it's cars. And fast.
That's not you. Actually, you do drive pretty quickly. Here we are. I'm going to find out if there's tolls or what we have to do. There's the bridge. I'm not sure what kind of delay will be here. It cost $6. We just went through the toll, and it was $6 Canadian. There's a big lineup for that, so. Not sure what it's going to be like. Oh, there's the lake. Some sailboats, cargo ships. Welcome to the USA, pure Michigan. So we went to the left toward Flint, Lansing, and we got through the border pretty quickly. It was, what was it, about 20 minutes?
It's about 20-25 minutes.
Yeah. And they asked us where we're going, why we want to go there, and if we had any fruits and vegetables to declare, any liquor or tobacco, when we were last in the States. Anything else I missed?
In 2 miles, take exit 271 for I-69 toward Flint, Lansing.
No, that was it. Looked like they were asking everybody in front of us a lot more questions.
Yeah, we did see a lot more people where they were getting out and looking in their trunks. So it was a little bit more inspections today. Okay, we're getting closer. There's Bronner's advertisement. We'll be there in 20 minutes. Here we come. They have the Willkommen, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, the Frankenmuth sign, just like it. Magic Kingdom sign. Ooh, big bump. Oh.
There's Bronner's.
There's Bronner's. See how busy it is.
It's busy enough.
Apparently this place is just nuts come closer to Christmas. imagine it's very pretty. Yeah, look at all the parking. There's a lot of spots available on this side. This is the time of year to go then. There is Zehnders Splash Village, their hotel.
It's gotta be close.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, this road trip consisted of Frankenmuth, Michigan, St. Ignace, and Mackinac Island. The reason we planned to visit to Frankenmuth is twofold. It was a town that was along the route to Mackinac Island, but it was also worth a stop for the day or even a destination by itself. Frankenmuth is known as Little Bavaria and has one of the largest Christmas shops around. They have quaint stores and they are famous for their chicken. Our next video will really showcase Frankenmuth and why we think it's worth a visit, what there is to do, and why we think this is one of the best places to get you in the Christmas spirit. Today we stopped here for lunch to try one of the best advertised chicken restaurants before heading on to St. Ignace. Frankenmuth's clock is over there. Distillery? Oh, that's the river.
Shops, I think.
Yeah. It's like a cute little town.
Bridge.
Kissing. Oh, it's not a kissing bridge.
Just that covered
Whatever they.
bridge.
Yeah, the covered bridge. The covered bridge shop.
Bavarian Inn.
Oh, there's the Bavarian Inn.
And there's Zehnders.
Oh, okay.
Let's turn around.
Bavarian Inn looks very festive. Maybe we chose the wrong place to go. When it comes to dining in Frankenmuth, two names reign supreme, Zehnders and the Bavarian Restaurant. You might think of them as fierce rivals since they're located directly across the street from one another. And while they did start out as competitors, the story behind their rivalry is much more intertwined than you'd expect. We did a little digging into the history of both restaurants, and trust us, it's a tale straight out of a movie. Picture this, back in the day, two hotels stood across the street from each other, the Fisher Hotel and the Exchange Hotel. The Exchange Hotel closed after serving its first meal in 1856, and the story shifts to William and Emily Zehnder, who in 1928 sold their farm for $8,000 to purchase the Exchange Hotel. Despite having 8 kids and struggling financially, they went all in and borrowed some money to remodel the hotel to resemble George Washington's Mount Vernon. However, timing wasn't on their side. They bought the hotel just as Prohibition began, and being of German descent, the Zehnders were accustomed to beer being a big part of their social life. Despite the ban, both the Zehnders and the owners of the Fisher Hotel, which is now the Bavarian Restaurant, continued to serve beer to loyal patrons. Eventually, they were raided in 1930, arrested, and sent to jail, and the Zehnders' bail was set at $5,000. To make matters worse, the Great Depression hit hard, and they struggled to stay afloat. But then came World War II, and with it, a boom in tourism. The Zehnders' business began to thrive, and in 1947, William sold the business to his 7 children. Just a few years later, in 1950, the Zehnder children bought the Fisher Hotel, which was known for its iconic chicken dinners. By 1958, they had redesigned the hotel in a Bavarian style and renamed it the Frankenmuth Bavarian Inn. Today, Zehnder serves up the same famous chicken recipe that originally made the Fisher Hotel a staple. So when it comes to choosing between the two, it really just comes down to the atmosphere and other menu preferences, because the recipe is basically the same. So for today's adventure, we've chosen Zehnders, and we'll be showing you around. So let's get going. So let's talk about our experience at Zehnders. When we walked in, the first thing we noticed was the building's vibe. It had this old, almost museum-like smell. It wasn't the scent of food, but more like history. Probably because of how long the place has been around. Well, we didn't have long to wait for a table, but we did have time to look around, and that's when we discovered just how many different dining rooms that they have here. There's the original room, the Cowpath dining room, the heritage room, the main dining room, and even a separate bar area. I'm not sure what that room's called, but it's got a full bar and 20 draft beers, a lot of them German. We were then seated in the main dining room, which I have to say felt a little like an old school wedding reception hall. If I'd known, I probably would have asked to be seated in one of the other rooms for a different vibe. But hey, it's part of the experience, and I met a really nice older gentleman who told me it was his birthday that day, and he comes there every year for his birthday. He said if you take your receipt from your dining at Zehnders, and if you take that to Bronner's Christmas store on your birthday, they will give you a free ornament. Okay, but let's get back to the food. The menu is pretty straightforward, but the cool thing is that every entree comes with Zehnder's famous creamy cabbage salad, fresh baked bread, and homemade preserves. Definitely a nice touch. So for dinner, Andrew went with the rotisserie chicken dinner, and I opted for the chicken pot pie. So how's your chicken, Andrew?
It's good. It's cooked well. The seasoning is fine. It says it's world famous. I've had better, but it's good.
So we couldn't eat much bread because our food came pretty quickly, and pot pie is so filling that that's as much as I could do. I basically went searching for the chicken in there, and coleslaw is really good. It's on the sweet side. So our thoughts on Zehnders was divided. I really enjoyed my dinner more than Andrew did, but he said he had no real complaints. He just felt it may have been overrated. He said the quality of the chicken was really good, it just wasn't that flavorful. We both agreed the portions were very large, and we enjoyed the sides. I felt if I lived locally, I may go more often, as it really gives me that Amish Mennonite feel to this place. Also, living far away, I would probably try the Bavarian Inn next time, just to try a different atmosphere and see what it's like. So after lunch, we headed downstairs to check out their marketplace, which has the Zed Chef Cafe, which offers similar food but in a cafeteria-style location. It has a bakery and a gift store. So as we're shopping, Andrew had talked about laughing because I get Pandora charms some places I go to, and he said maybe they have a chicken leg Pandora charm and Frankenmuth, and I laughed because I thought it was ridiculous. But Pandora does have a section in Zehnders. Let's go see if there's a chicken leg. Okay, so we did look. No chickens, nothing specific to here.
I don't know if I.
And that pretty much is it for our trip down in the marketplace. Now, if you're planning to visit, Zehnders' website has an awesome virtual tour of the building, plus information about all the other stuff they offer, like a hotel, indoor water park, and even golf. Anyways, that's it for today, but on our next video, we will showcase more of Frankenmuth, including Bronner's Christmas store, and after that, it's on with our road trip. So thanks for watching, and toque to you later.